Hi everyone, Jill here. Welcome to a wig chat. We are indeed going to be looking at a belle tress wig. It's called Dolce & Dolce 18-inch. It is heat friendly, and I really don't think you're going to want to miss this one. Before we move on and learn more about this gorgeous piece, I hope that you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that bell because it's going to let you know the very second I upload a brand new video. Thank you. This is in the color Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, and it is absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I think it is going to suit any complexion because it is so neutral. It's not too warm, it's not too ashy. It's sort of this nice neutral color. And it's dynamic, it's gorgeous, it's realistic. It is just gorgeous. So that's the color we have this piece in today. And I did not put a wig rip on, but I think I have enough. It stays where it might kind of keep it on there just a little bit. Now, this is a very straight style. Isn't it gorgeous? Now, I have worn this out and about once. Actually have done an entire wig chat from front to finish, styled it, everything. At some point, I'll insert the little updo pictures that I did. And come to find out, my lighting was so bad because it was very sunny out. I have blinds, but it's still, I need to get better blinds, obviously, because it just messed up the lighting so bad. I've since changed my entire recording room around to hopefully get away from the window that was right in front of me causing the problems. So that one never ever happened. But this is what it looked like even then, right out of the box. You put it on your head, this is what you get, you know? And it is absolutely gorgeous. So I have it straight. It definitely is a middle part, and it goes from, let's see, where is that part? It goes from about here to here. And that part stops about here. And if you recall, all around on both sides is the tiniest little bit of permatease. Not a lot. I wouldn't be afraid of that. But there does need to be a little bit, or it's just going to lay super flat right on top of the head. I particularly don't like that. But anyway, it is nothing to be afraid of at all. I mean, you can barely feel it, but it is there. But yes, so while this is parted exactly the way it came right now, you can definitely kind of off center it a little because you can bring it over, you know, let's see. You can bring it over here. You might need to assist it a little with a little bit of gentle heat. This is a heat-friendly fiber, so you can add some heat to kind of help put it and have it stay where you want it. So it's a little off-center right now, and it's still within, you know, that monofilament. So you'll have kind of that scalp-like realistic experience there. But it is going to fight you until you probably take a little bit of heat to say, no fibers, I want you a little bit over. I think if you don't do that, you're probably going to be fighting it all day long. I think it's really hard to look at this and not talk about this color. It is breathtaking. I really think this is one of the prettiest colors, prettiest blends, done so well that I have seen in a long, long time. And I'm pretty fair. It doesn't wash me out. I do think I'm a little neutral when it comes to my skin tone. I feel like I can sort of make it work either way. But if you are a full-on warm skin tone, this is gorgeous on you. If you definitely are more cool, I think this will be gorgeous on you. I just think it is a beautiful, neutral color. If you're afraid to go full-on blonde, this is beautiful. If you sort of want to get your toe in on some of the really pretty brunettes and you are quite blonde or you are used to wearing very platinumy colors, this color, it is like the stepping stone either to head to the blonde pool or head to the brunette pool, or it's very close to maybe your color, but it just looks like you spent a fortune on getting some lowlights and highlights and this and that done. If I were to wear this, I definitely, because I do take out a little bit of my own hair, as you know, and I would straighten it. I have gray hair up the giggy right now, more and more every day. And you know that that tends to make a wiry sort of look. So I would want to straighten it for that reason too, but it needs to be straightened so it doesn't fuzz up here and it'll just sort of lay, even though it's significantly shorter than the wig. Like here is where my actual hair stops. But what it would do is it would just sort of blend and lay right next, you know, to the fibers of the wig, and it would just blend nicer. Now, another thing I would do that I have not done is I would use some of my fill-in powder, which is a root powder. I have it in dark brown, tends to work with just about every rooted color that I have. And it works beautifully with this color, I must say. I will link it down below, and I probably will have it pop up here somewhere. I get it off Amazon. I believe it's in my Amazon favorites store. It is the most reasonable fill-in powder I have ever seen, and it's the only one I've ever used since 2017 when I started my wig journey. And I've never had any reason to look for anything else. It's waterproof, it's sweat-proof. It works just fine. These highlights, look at the way this piece is cut. I know, I haven't even done a spin because I have been so excited to share this one with you guys. I was so bummed that I couldn't get this out. It was like 2 weeks ago. Let's take a look at how this is cut. It is not a straight, you know, one length kind of style. It has just the right sort of feathering, you know, all the way down. It nicely frames right in through here, but yet not too soon to where it sort of does this along the neck. I don't know about you guys, but that drives me insane. I don't like things engulfing me right through here. Not even my longer hair. It drives me nuts. So this has this really pretty, nice sort of thing going on here. It's not real heavy around the face. And I think that's why these longer styles that are like this, we more mature women can totally wear this. Speaking of hairspray, I have some new ones that I'm trying out. So let me go get the ones that are kind of new to me. Okay, see, I'm getting too excited. Let me give you a spin, okay? So you can see what this looks like all the way around before we get into anything else. So I've been grabbing this one a lot. This is more of a wet hairspray, definitely. I mean, I find that hairsprays that are made for synthetic fibers and are pump, which seems to be the only ones you can find out there, they can be a little wet and sticky, and that's how they work. However, in my forever ongoing quest to find a good hairspray for my synthetic wigs, I did come across this one also by Hair You Wear. It's called Control, and this is an aerosol. Now, the cool thing about this is on the little spray tip here, but you turn the little dial, and there's an arrow, and you can turn it to low, medium, or high. And I'm assuming that is going to give you sort of how much mist you're going to get. So if you want a high sort of hold, you would probably put it on high so you get sort of the most product disbursement on your wig. If you just want a little, then you can turn that down to low. So I'm trying them out. They're in the test phase with me. I would probably reach for an aerosol for a style like this. Now, my City Roast that I had on in the beginning, what really saved that was going in with a wetter hairspray because it's dry in my house. When I did the Wig Chat with those, there was a lot of electricity, and the flyaways of those fibers can be a lot anyway. They're very, very fine and very light. So here we have all this shattered wave, this really cool sort of thing going on with both of the Lemonade and the City Roast. Couldn't see any of it because it was just like whoosh, sucked to the cap because it was so dry in here in this room. So adding something a little wet really popped the style right out, and this worked fantastic. It saved the day. But if we used water, you know, yes, it would probably have initially sort of brought out that shattered wave and that intended style, but as soon as that dry environment sort of sucked that water right out, we would have been back to square one. So I needed something that product wise would stick around, and that came in handy. Okay. I think for something like this, I would like something a little more airier. So to have this as an option for synthetic fibers is very exciting. You know, I use regular human hair spray for my wigs when I'm looking for an aerosol. And the reason why manufacturers do not suggest you do that is because generally they do have a lot of alcohol, which can not only dry out human hair, it certainly will dry out your synthetic fibers. So that's why that's not really recommended. I only go that route as my sort of last finishing spray. I'll style with, you know, something like this. And then once I kind of get it and I want a little bit of finishing, I will just go really quick. But having this is lovely. So I hope I like it. I haven't used it enough to tell you or not. I also have this by Brandywine. Haven't used this too much. It's a wig spray as well. On the couple occasions that I did use it, it's even wetter and even stickier than Shape. So I don't know yet what I think about it, but I can't tell you for sure. I have to use it a little more. So the reason why I'm always on the lookout for hairspray is because, first of all, you know, I like to style my wigs. But second of all, I need product in my wigs at some point in some capacity for no other reason but to control those flyaways. I think dealing with flyaways, quite honestly, is probably the most annoying part about being a wig wearer to me. Those flyaways drive me insane, and if a wig is just over the top with them, boy, that could be the thing that I just chalk up to, I just don't grab it. You know, I just don't wear it because it really can drive me insane. Every wig is going to give you some, but there are some wigs that really are over the top. And you never know. It could be the shorter style that is driving me crazy, that does it more than anything. You know, you would think, well, maybe it's just the long fibers that just get in there. Well, no, because I do have a couple long wigs that really don't have too much of an issue when it comes to that. But boy, without putting some hairspray in just almost any of them, that's when it's just, you know, I mean, I use styling products because I do like to style my wigs. And to kind of give them some kind of like, okay, I want you to be kind of here for the day. But man, it's those flyaways that, you know, a hairspray can help you with. It's not going to completely eliminate it. eliminate the problem. I've never had anything completely eliminate the flyaways. If there is one that's just being stubborn, I will just pull it out. It's like, okay, I've been fighting with you all day, and I'll just slowly pull it until it's completely unraveled, and on the floor it goes. Yeah, they do. That's something. If you haven't, actually worn your first wig yet, just know that flyaways, to some extent, whether it's hardly at all or a lot, you will be dealing with that. I want to remind you that Belle Tress, at least the ones I have had on my head recently, they do tend to run, their average tends to run larger than any other average I've ever had on my head. So if you are more of an average large, you will probably fit these beautifully. However, if you are more of an average petite, you're really going to notice that. I think I have one measurement that is an average. The rest of them are petite, and 2 are actually child size. So I am definitely more of an average petite. I can fit into average size wigs. Great. However, this one, I definitely can tell it fits larger than any other average that I've tried. My ear tabs, for instance, come all the way down to here. So I fight it a little bit when I am trying to tuck, because that end of that ear tab is right there. So I wear glasses. That can be a little bit of a nuisance because my glasses are going to want to go under that and kind of pop it up a little bit. I still wear my glasses. I don't, it doesn't really bother me, but just so you know, that can be an issue. Depending on what your measurements are, which ones are on the smaller side, you will find probably, if you are kind of an average petite, that this is going to sort of want to bunch up behind your ear. Don't let it do that. Don't let any wig do that, because that's uncomfortable. It's going to drive you nuts. So I just kind of take it and lift it out of the way. And for the most part, I might have to do that 1 or 2 more times through the day when nobody's, not like in the middle of the grocery store, but I'll, it's like, okay, I need to get that from the back of my ear. That's really bugging me. And because you shouldn't have to deal with that. But when they're sort of larger, that's something that's going to happen. The back of the nape of these wigs want to come down much lower. That can be a little annoying as well, because you can sort of feel it a little more back there. If you're looking up, it kind of wants to bunch up and kind of push the wig up a bit. I wear, as mentioned, the It Stays in the front perimeter, and I take it back a little bit back in here because I do pull out my hair, so I don't want to get it all gummed up. That part of my hair that I do pull out, I don't want to get It Stays on that. And then I put a strip of wig tape on the back of the nape, bring it down and secure it back there to my skin, not to hair. So I do shave the back of my nape. And because boy, it's tape. It's not It Stays. It Stays doesn't hurt at all when you take it off. Tape? Oh yeah, that's gonna smart if you put it over the top of those little tiny nape hairs. Ooh, makes my eyes water. And sometimes I'll miss it a little bit, and I just kind of have to do it like a Band-Aid and just kind of go, and it's like, oh, just rub. All right, so you guys, this is the gorgeous Dolce & Dolce 18, because this does come in a 23 inch as well, heat friendly, absolutely stunningly gorgeous piece in the beautiful color brown sugar sweet cream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and be on the lookout, because once a week for at least 4 weeks for sure, you're going to be finding a wig chat here on my channel. All right, I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye bye.